We're losing!
Teamwork, guys. More teamwork.
They're burying us alive!
Well, shit.
Jeez, Louie.
I mean, don't you want to beat those bastards? In my book, we're going to be winners.
Listen, I ain't got nothing left inside. Cause you're training like a damn bum, you know that?
Screw them.
What are you doing? What are people doing?
Is this early access to?
Hey, let me tell you something, bro.
Get out there now and do the best you can.
What is going on? Welcome. Episode 128 of the Bad Fodder Figures podcast. Before I get too far involved here, I want to welcome Los to the chat. Los, we're all pulling for you and thinking of you tomorrow. Big day for you for your surgery, so certainly the best of luck to you, Los. Thanks for hanging out.
Absolutely.
And we have no idea where Eric is, so everybody send some love to Eric as well. We've put out smoke signals, we've put out life preservers, food, snacks, and we have not been able to locate Eric. So, yeah, if anybody has seen him, let us know.
Yeah, let us know if he's around somewhere.
Yeah. Welcome, Matt. Welcome. Episode 128, like I said. Big show tonight. Lots to talk about. First, as always, the free games on the Epic Game Store this week. And RoboPig's favorite, Enter the Gungeon, is free. He's a big Enter the Gungeon fan, right, Dave? And I keep referring to this game as God's Liver. That's how old I am. But it's actually God's Trigger. And if I was going to start like a Doom band right now, I think I would be called God's Liver. Either that or Grave Wax. I was doing a lot of reading this weekend, Matt, about
I like Grave Wax.
How bodies decompose, right? And they say that in about 100 years, you know, depending on the type of embalming you've had done, in about 100 years, if they opened up your coffin, they would find your teeth, the nylon band on your, pants, underwear, whatever, and grave wax. And they say grave wax is the when your butt and your thighs decompose, and they just form some sort of substance, and that's called grave wax. Okay. So
That's good to know. The night before Lucifer's man goes to surgery, that
you didn't have to go there. Jesus, H.
He's a good guy.
Can't bring you anywhere.
But I have heard though that your body, pretty much decomposes like a soup.
Well,
a stew inside your coffin grave.
Well, I was reading, like I said, I was doing a lot. I don't know why I do these things. You just go down this path, and I could be looking at like if I had to guess, I was probably looking at like some rock and roll guy died. And then I started thinking about the body, and then I started going to like, what happens to the body, right? That's probably the path I took to get to this great reading topic. But they said it really depends on, how you've been embalmed, if you've been embalmed, the weather conditions, if you've been put in like a cement, what do they call those things that the coffin goes in?
Like a sarcophagus?
Right. It all depends. They say they've dug out some bodies, 20 years later, they're like in perfect condition. And then they've dug out some that are like under a year, and they've just been total sludge.
Ew.
So.
Goo.
And this is a great segue into lots of terrible things that have gone on for me this week. But actually, before that, why don't you take the floor, Matt? Do you have anything to discuss? I don't want to hog up all the time here in the intro. Do you have anything going on this week that you would like to discuss?
It's been a long week. I'm happy that the week's over and now a new week is starting to begin. So that kind of, got all that going on for us. But yeah, it hasn't been bad. It's been nice. Weather's been nice. It's been fall-like for the most part here. Nice in the mornings, waking up, open up the windows here in the basement while I'm working at home. Nice. So, but no, nothing new, nothing major happening around here.
So we know we got the COVID, right? The pandemic, and it's tough to buy furniture in the pandemic. We got bought a couch for the Cape, and we just assumed. You know what happens when you assume, Matt? You make an ass out of you and me. And so we assumed that the doorways down the Cape were traditional doorways, right? Like 35 inches or whatever they are. Nope, they're like 30. They're like 31 and a half. We ordered this couch and it would not fit. So that was a big to do this week.
Only you.
Well, I had nothing to do with this. I just put out there, but I'm airing of the grievances here of everything that's gone on this week. Lots of internet woes. So Wednesday and Thursday, I think, didn't have great internet. Had Comcast come out. The guy was trying to tell me that it was my modem and not their equipment. You know, they take the coax out of the modem. They plug it into this little handheld thing they got. Yep, getting a perfect signal. He goes outside to the pedestal next to the house, plugs this thing in. Yep, getting a signal. It's got to be your modem. It's not our equipment. You know, so
that's frustrating.
Yeah, and I try to get the same modem that I already have. It's not in stock anywhere, so I ordered the next one. You know, I have like a CM1000 Netgear, and I got the CM1200 Netgear, and that's not coming till tomorrow. But everything's been fine since then. So now it's like, do I keep this thing, or do I return it? So I was dealing with all sorts of crap like that this week.
Yeah, that's frustrating. They're dealing with all that stuff because no one wants to, take the blame on what's happening. And with you, it's easy. Since you have all your own equipment, it's easy to just blame, well, it's your fault. Yeah. Now you're supposed to be getting a gigabyte down, right?
Right. Well, I've never gotten a gigabyte down. The equipment that you have never gives you that. So the best I've ever seen is like 920s, low 900s, which is fine, right? I'm not going to be a stickler. The computer probably can't handle that anyways, so...
You're never going to use all that up.
Right. It's just really when I'm home alone and it's only like in 600 or 700s, I'm okay, fine too, because it's just me. But when all the kids are home, doing all their schoolwork or streaming, and the wife's watching something, that's when it's nice. So as an old man, I learned about hotspots this week, and I'm not talking about like menopause or anything like that.
Oh, I'm talking about going through changes.
Hotspot on my phone, so the internet was really going down when I logged into my work VPN, and so I just went on the hotspot from my phone to work, and the internet stayed on, and just did that for a couple of days, and then Friday it kind of shook itself loose, and that was that there. But man, some other shit. We're building up here. We're building up to a lot of shit that has happened this week, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to sell a snowblower because I already have like the super duper one, and I kept the one from the other house, and I'm finally like, I'm just gonna sell this thing. And we got tons of people interested. One guy came today. He was giving me pretty much what I was asking, and I got outside early. Cleaned it all down, started right up, let it run for a little bit. I was maybe about 45 minutes ahead of schedule, right? So I wasn't going to let the thing run for like 45 minutes. The guy shows up about a half hour early. He comes, fucking snowblower won't turn back on.
Oh, no.
The guy had $350 cash in hand, and the snowblower would not turn on. I was beside myself.
It was just running. It was just running.
Right. It was just running. So the guy, obviously the guy didn't want it, right?
Sure, right.
So he left. I let it sit for a little bit, and sure enough, it starts up right away. I let that fucker run for close to an hour outside because A, I wanted to make sure nothing was wrong with it, and B, I wanted to run it out of gas because this snowblower smells of gas. It's one of those Troy builds that you get at like a box store. It's not, top of the line. I'm not sure what it is, but this thing, you put it in your garage, and all of a sudden, within a half hour, your whole house smells of gasoline. There's no gas. Yeah, there's no gasoline dripping out of the machine or anything like that. You know, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, just some of them old machines. Well, not old, but some of those machines where they're designed at the gas cap and gas tank's not really fully sealed and all that stuff, and just the vapors get out. You know, that's all.
Yeah. So I made a video today, you know, like one of those videos you see like on YouTube where someone's trying to sell you the product or whatever. And I'm like, you know, good afternoon, everybody. Beautiful day here. You know, Sunday. You know, I dated it, so they knew the video wasn't like from like 300 years ago. And I'm, you know, walking them by the machine and telling them how to start it. And like, oh, I've already had this running for a half hour, so there's no reason to go through the whole choke and primer. I'm just going to put the toggle on here, and you know, one or two pulls, and it will go turn right on. And boom, like one pull, the fucking thing turned right on. I was like, son of a.
Where is this video? Where is this video? Where is this video so we can all enjoy this?
I sent it to Lynn because she has the Facebook posting, and we'll see if she puts it up on the marketplace. I'll share the video with you.
Oh yes, please do.
This is good stuff. You
know, I'm sure it's right. I'm sure it's as good as my my beer review.
Yeah, not bad. Not
good.
bad.
It's pretty good.
Right. Does everybody notice I have a haircut? Okay. I talk
I
about
the beard's all trimmed up. The beard's all trimmed up there. It's not all way out crazy.
Yeah. You know, I wasn't getting laid. I'm just going to be blunt about it. I was not getting laid as much. And, you know, I had to do what I had to do. I wanted to commit to the full year. And, you know, the smaller head of the two won out, and I went to the barber yesterday, got the mullet all taken off, and got the beard, you know, sized up appropriately. And sure enough, I got laid last night. So, you know,
there's a correlation there.
It's funny how that shit works. But let me tell you about this barber, right? It's just like discrimination for guys with beards. Because his prices for like haircuts and kids' haircuts have not changed. Earlier this year or late last year, I think the price was like $32 for a haircut and a beard, hot towel, all that jazz. Right after the new year, before COVID, he went from 32 to 35. And I told you, I think we talked about this on the podcast before, where I was having the New Year's Eve party with my neighbors, and one of the neighbors goes to him, and he was like, yeah, I was telling the guy 32 is like a weird price. Why don't you make it 35? And I was like looking at him. So you told the guy to raise the price, and then he raised the price. So you owe me $3 every time I go.
Yeah.
And so now, you know, in this, you know, new world we live in, the COVID era, he's now gone from 35 to 45 for a hair.
Holy shit.
So within the course of a year, he's raised $13 on me. So it's, you know, $45 now for haircut, beard, the hot towel, and everything like that. So, I mean, if I just wanted a haircut, you know, it'd be $15 cheaper. It'd be $30. But yeah, $45 now. But then again,
wow.
I'm only going once every 6 months. So what am I really been out of shape about?
That's true. That's why he raised prices. I was like, fucker's not coming around.
That guy's not showing up.
I need more money. Yeah. Still, 45. I mean, that's getting to be women's prices going to hair salons and shit, man. $45. I mean, it's not like a color or little rub and tug or anything with it. That's just a haircut and.
Yeah, they were actually talking about rub and tugs, and while I was in there the other day, some guy was in there complaining about his back, and one of the other barbers that was there was like, "I got you a place that you can go," and he's like, "I've been going to this other place. I think she kind of likes me. She's always commenting on it," and like the guy left, and he's still like, "What an idiot! This guy's thinking that this older lady who's fucking rubbing his dick out thinks, you know, that she likes him. You know,
yeah.
He's getting emotional.
He's trying to get a little. What? Oh my God! Is he really that naive? He doesn't know what's going on.
Oh, it's so big, right? Yeah, I'm sure he said that to everybody.
Yeah, yeah. The next person comes, "Oh, it's so big." You know, hey, you know, a little extra.
Oh my God!
It feels so good when you do that.
And then here's the real shit kicker of the day, Matt. You already know this, but we'll gauge the reaction of the audience out there. So we've held off renovations in the house because of the whole COVID thing, right? Just because we didn't know about jobs. We didn't want to spend a whole bunch of money. I was worried about, someone coming in the house, starting the project, and then getting sick. And then I'm stuck with this, in this limbo phase. So we just decided that the boys' bathroom just needed a new ceiling fan and then a paint. Now, the bathroom is not like... The bathroom is on the rear end of the house where it's got... Okay. So it's got very high ceilings. So it's not a painting that I can go in there and just do myself. Like we've done in other rooms. It's got really tall ceilings, and the ceiling fan is on the roof there, the pitch of the roof. So it was not a project that I felt like my wife and I can do. So we got the ceiling fan in weeks ago, and then the painter came on Wednesday to get an estimate to patch a little bit around the new vent that he put in. And there's some, it was a circular vent before. Now he's put in just a traditional Panasonic kind of square job, high powered. So they just got to do a little bit of patching, paint the ceiling, and then paint the walls. I didn't mean ceiling fan. I caught myself saying that, Brick. Oh, yes, it's not a ceiling fan. It's a vent. Whatever they call that thing.
Fan. Yeah. Exhaust fan.
Exhaust fan, yeah. Ceiling fan, yes, because I want to blow around all the aroma of just.
He wants to blow the shit stink around when he's in there. That's a good one. Let me turn the fan on.
Crank that
swirls around.
So I've been waiting for the estimate for the painter, right? And I got the worst news of all news. The contractor, said, "Hey, Mike, sorry to report this, but the guy that came by for the estimate now has COVID." Right? I'm reading it over and over again. I'm like, all right, what the fuck does this mean for me now? Right? Because he was in my house for maybe 5-10 minutes. And we probably had an interaction of anywhere between 60 and 90 seconds. All right, I was on a work call, and I was standing up in my kitchen, and I was on one side of the island, and then he was on the other side of the island. And I said, "All right, the bathroom's upstairs. I got this work call. I can't talk to you." I said it in nicer terms, but that's the gist of it. The bathroom's up there. I got to deal with this work shit. So he went up there. Came down real quick. He's like, "You want the ceilings in the wall? Just the ceilings?" I said, "Everything." He's like, "All right." Went back upstairs. 5 minutes later, he came down and left. I was like, "Sorry, I couldn't talk to you. I got this work thing I got to deal with." He's like, "No problem. I'll get in touch with the contractor." He had a mask on. I did not. I was caught off guard a little bit at the time he showed up. And like I said, I was on this work Zoom call. So I just really, didn't have the mask on me, but he had his mask on, and we were probably next to each other for maybe 60 to 90 seconds over a 5-10 minute span. So I called the walk-in sort of 24-hour place that you can go to around here, and they don't have an opening until the 29th, and then they said it's 2 weeks to get your results back. Okay. I described to her, the interaction, and she didn't think it sounded high-risk situation. Obviously, she's not, she said, "I'm not telling you what to do," but she said, "You didn't have dinner with this person. They weren't showing signs at the time. You weren't hanging out for an extended period of time." So she thought I was safe, but she would leave it up to, my judgment. She said, "More than happy to book an appointment for you, but not to the 29th. So I left a voicemail with my doctor today. See what they say when they call me tomorrow. But
what was the guy? Did the guy look sick? Did he?
No outward symptoms. Nothing.
Well, how all of a sudden did he come up and say, "Oh, by the way, he's got COVID"? Did he just get? How did that even?
So, I have this contractor guy who was going to do all the sort of renovations in my house.
Yeah.
He's like, I got a painter for you. So I've just been dealing with this John guy. So this painter guy showed up that works for John. He came in, normal looking dude, clean cut, button up shirt, khaki pants, mask on, and and so he reports back to John with the estimate, and John sends me the estimate. There was no estimate to be sent to me. It was just like, hey, Mike, sorry to report that this guy who came to your house has got COVID.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been like, what the fuck? What the hell do you mean? I would have been.
Lynn's ready to run out, jump off the roof. What the fuck? You getting your guys tested? How can you let someone in the house with that? I was like, well, I mean, how does he know the guy's got it? Maybe he's maybe he's in a situation like me where he doesn't have any symptoms either. And someone came to him and said, oh, by the way, you came to my house to do an estimate. I just got COVID. You should go get tested. And he went and got tested, and now he's got it. I don't know how he's got it. I can't ask, oh, how did you get it? Can I? I don't think so.
Yeah, nah, yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's not like a venereal disease. Like, oh, yeah, you got herpes, huh? Well, yeah, how'd you get to herpes? Oh, I know how you got herpes. Just kind of. Yeah. Shit, man.
So yeah, Maverick, he was over Wednesday. So what's that? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So today would be 5 days. So yeah, I'll wait to hear what the doctor says. I'll describe the situation again. 5-10 minutes in the house. He maybe had 60 to 90 seconds of interaction, and he had a mask on, no coughing. He looked fine. He wasn't wearing it like below his nose or anything. He had it on, legitimate.
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is if you do get it, then I mean your whole family has to quarantine, stay at home. Then no one can go anywhere.
But then, this is how quickly and I don't want to go down a rabbit hole here. But let's say I did get it. Since then, I've been to get the Barber. Right?
Yeah, Right, yes.
I've had Comcast out. Right? Mm-hmm. Just think of all the...
You're patient zero.
Right? Fuck me, man. So that bathroom's not getting done anytime soon. Yeah, fuck that Comcast guy. He was a condescending prick, Bricko, man. Oh boy, let me tell you, if it wasn't COVID season, I might have had, because he left all this shit, all the network stuff is here in this office right behind me. Right, you can see it right there over my shoulder. Right. You can see the black modem and the white Orbi. Yeah. So out this door here goes out to my garage. And I opened the garage to let him out. And I could hear him muttering something, saying something. And I was like, son of a bitch, you're lucky this isn't the old times. You're lucky this isn't January, February. Because I would have fucking chased your ass out there and said, you said what? But I said, with the COVID thing, I was like, no, it's not worth it. Let him go out there. But boy, I'm telling you, January, February, I would have followed his ass out there and been like, what the fuck did you just say?
Oh, I agree. Yeah, yeah. We haven't had the only guy we've had person over our house is the house appraiser guy when he came over to appraise the house for the refinancing.
And the piss test lady.
It feels so good.
The piss test, right? That's right.
Yeah.
They come take blood and take my piss. Yeah. That's right. That was weird.
You're a great.
I'm still waiting to hear what's going on with that and my fucking new life insurance and all that crap. This is going on forever. They must really be checking me out or something. I don't know, man. But say, come on, what's the deal here? Let's go. Let's get my new policy enacted.
I feel every time I talk to you about shit like this, I feel like a bad adult. I have no idea about my life insurance policy. I know I have one, but I have no idea about it. I don't check it.
You don't know. So if something happened, Lynn would have no idea how to collect on it, or
I just think I get it through my work. I haven't done anything special. Did you go out and get your own policy, or do you have it through work?
Well, we've got a work one. Work policy is 2 times my salary, and then we've got one a separate one. We have one now, but we're shopping around for a cheaper one and some different terms. So, yeah,
I've like never done anything like that. I don't know.
It's a pain in the ass, dude. Back when our first one, it was easy. It was, Barb and I were both young, it was pretty easy to get. But this one here now, oh my God, they're running me through the ringer, dude. Fucking.
Now what are they doing the piss test for?
Well, the piss test and the blood is to see, tells them how healthy you are and what's going on with your kidneys and liver and bodily functions and all that stuff. Your cholesterol levels, your blood sugars, which I know I got high blood sugar.
But what are they doing with the piss?
Well, it goes through it. Kidneys. It tells you what your kidneys.
Are they gonna check for my?
Yes, that will show
gummies? Up. And what are they gonna say? You can't be. Well,
you might have to explain to them what's going on because they might think you're smoking pot, doing drugs.
No,
so you would have
to tolerate you and society as a large. I take these by the fucking fistful and get out of my face.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's not like drugs or, as far as
say it, man. Drugs are bad.
Well, drugs are bad, yeah, but it's not like drugs are denial for a life insurance term. Life insurance policy. It can be maybe to a company, but
it depends on the type of drugs.
Yeah, right. I'm sure if it's crack cocaine, yeah, that might be different than smoking some joints here and there, or taking gummies.
I went there again today. I got some new gummies, and I was like, "Fuck, yeah. I'm not coming back here like all the time." So I got 2, and they still had the same thing. Came to again, it should have been $70, right, for 2 things.
Yeah,
and with the fucking Massachusetts tax, it came to $84. And then they can't. And then again, they can't charge you just the $84. They have to charge you, round it up to $85, and they give me $1 back.
I don't understand that.
What is that? I don't know. And then my bank. I told you my bank charges me $350 for fucking buying fucking shit.
Your bank's kind of. I don't understand that. I've never had my bank charge me for doing something unless I'm going to like an ATM that's not ours or something like that.
So I'm gonna have to call up my bank and go, why am I getting whacked $3.50 every time I fucking go get my fucking gummies?
Yeah. Bricka raises a good point. Can you take cash? Can you just go to the bank first? Well, ATM? Yeah.
That is a larger issue, Bricko, because I really like our bank. They got a great, web interface, great app, great rates, good customer service. But the only problem is they're not in the area that I've moved to. So they were more of like a greater Boston, around Massachusetts, North Shore area bank. Okay, I'm more in Central Mass now, in the Metro West area is what they call it. And that bank is just not out here. So I can't go to like my ATM and just get cash. I could go to other ATMs around me, but then I would run into the same thing. They'd charge me money. They would charge me a fee. So what's the difference? If I go to the bank, an ATM here, or I go to, the dispensary, someone's going to whack me $3.50. It says you are getting charged because of the system they are using. It's a bank. Dave, it's a bank. I have a bank. Maverick, are you moving to Massachusetts? Why not use like Bank of America or Chase, etc., where it's a global bank? Well, I work for Chase. I should, but we don't. Hoodie Ninja comes out of nowhere and says the dispensary is charging you as an ATM withdrawal, not a normal credit debit card. That is why it has to be multiples of money, and your bank is charging you a fee. I got it. Hoodie Ninja out of nowhere. So, yeah, I'm going to have to think about that next time. Maybe I'll be like one of those old ladies. Do you take a check? Can I sign you a check? I used to fucking hate that at the grocery store. They come up. Who the fuck's paying for groceries with check these days?
Who checks anymore? Yeah. I'm surprised stores right now would take a check.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, Hoodie, were you around for the COVID discussion? Did you just get here, or were you around for that? Ask your wife if I should get tested. But yeah, that's good to know that they're charging me. The dispensary is charging you as an ATM withdrawal, not a normal credit debit card.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Jeremy says I should be fine. So there you have it, folks.
That means you're going to be sick this week, probably. No. If anyone is going to get it, it's going to be you. It's going to be you.
And when I was at the barber yesterday, we casually started talking about this, and I quickly, obviously, a lot of us might have a different opinion if we were in business for ourselves. You know what I mean? But I quickly got the sense that he was anti, COVID. We're talking about kids going back to school, and he's like, "Well, why wouldn't your kids go back to school? Haven't you had a conversation with them and tell them that the facts about COVID for kids and how it's not a big deal?" And I was just like, moving on. How about those Bruins? I was like,
good call. Good call.
Yeah, I wiped everything down today, Jeremy. Even though it's been like 5 days since he's been here. I don't think surfaces stay infected that long, but I didn't chance it. I did wipe everything down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty, Matt. Let's get on to the news, shall we?
Yes, please.
Really? Okay, do you hear what he just said? He just said, why don't you, for once in your life, just do the fucking news? All right, no. I'm going to do the fucking news. No, here is the fucking news.
Thank you for the Bruins update there. Up 2-0 on the Lightning. I'll take it. Thank you, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Matt had a visitor in the back who just stared at him.
Yeah.
Cat or
no. His son.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the oldest came down, and I don't know what was going on. I don't know why he showed up. Yeah.
He wants to get on the show. Either that or he's got Call of Duty problems that he needs you to fix. But we won't go there, though.
We're not going there.
No,
I'm waiting for the cat. I'm surprised the cat hasn't showed up yet.
Actually, we are going to go there, Matt, because the first story that I have tonight is Call of Duty. Black Ops Cold War to be revealed on August 26th. Now, a new Black Ops, a new Call of Duty game to me. All right, whatever. That's not really why I picked out this news story. Okay, let's see what it is. What I'm interested about is how does this impact Warzone? Because they say they're going to keep supporting Warzone, and Warzone's not going away. So does that mean Black Ops Cold War is just campaign and the multiplayer that we've all come to know? The team deathmatch, demolition, shit like that. And they're just going to leave Warzone as it is, right? Is that what we assume? Warzone stays its own thing. But when you load up Warzone, you have an option to buy Modern Warfare. They kind of beat you over the head with it a little bit as well. So I wonder when you boot up Warzone, when Cold War is out, if that's going to change.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hello and goodbye. So yeah, interesting to see how they do that with integration and stuff. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Did you watch the trailer at all? Have you been excited?
I did. I did. I mean, it's Call of Duty. It's another. I think it's a good story that's going to have going on here, Cold War era. So I think that'd be pretty good.
You think
80s and all that stuff.
You think they're taking advantage of the political climate, using that as an opportune moment? With the whole, how everybody was, for a while there, talking about Russia getting involved with our campaign, the 26 campaign, and how Trump's, Putin's puppet. You think they're playing up this? If all that shit wasn't going on, let's say it was a different president, right, and that type of stuff wasn't going on in our political environment, do you think it would be Black Ops Cold War?
Yeah, I think they've got a timeline of stuff they want to do. They've got a storyboard now. I think this has been out for a while. That they've been, they might have had a few ideas. This kind of era, what they wanted to do, and they thought, well, the timing's right for this. Let's do this now or something like that. I'm sure they've got a bunch of storylines that they're pursuing and looking at.
It has been 40. I mean, that's how it makes you feel old. It has been 40 years, right? Since the 80s.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I might, depending, what I see from this, I might pick this up because that's, growing up in the 80s and everything. This might, depending on what it is, this might be pretty good.
And you didn't play the last one, right? Modern Warfare. You didn't play the campaign or anything like that.
No, I haven't played a Call of Duty campaign game probably since the original Black Ops.
You know why, Matt? Because you've been playing Destiny 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. The next story here is about Destiny 2. What is your feeling on all the shit they're taking away? Now, as you, a guy, famously, as we have teased over the years, a little tight with the money, although I think that's changed. But you do look for a deal, you do look for a bargain, get value for your buck. How do you feel about all this content that you've paid for with Destiny 2, and now it's going away and into the vault? I could sit here and read to you all the things that are going away, all the planets and activities and shit like that. I'll have the article linked if people really want to read up on that. But there is a lot of content, story content, activities, planets that are going away. How do you feel about that?
They're making room for new stuff. Most of the stuff, I mean, what do you need a lot of that old content for anymore? Why is it still around? All the raids, all those old raids and stuff, they've been beaten, they've been done. So why keep up with it? Why keep maintaining the space for it and all that stuff? Just get rid of it, have new content come out, and go from there.
So I'm not up on my MMOs. Of course, you are with playing Warcraft. Would that be something you would experience in that game, or do they do that like in Diablo? Like, you don't really see things being taken away that you've paid for. Like, you see it in maybe multiplayer games, like years and years down the line. Like the servers, like 5 people playing the game, so why keep the servers running anymore? So they shut down the game, but you could still play, like, if it's got a campaign or something like that, you could still play it offline. But this is, fresh content within the last, what? Even like there's some shit from like a year ago or 2 years ago that people have paid.
Destiny 2 came out, 2013, right? When the new consoles came out. So you're looking at 7 years of content that, and I can see their point in a way that, by now all that stuff's been done. The people, the true Destiny people, have done all that shit. Okay, they don't care. All right, the new people coming in are getting Destiny for free now. So what the fuck? They don't give a shit about that stuff going away. I could see it, if you, I mean, even if you invest a lot of time in doing all that stuff, it's not like they're taking your weapons and stuff away that you gained from those doing some of that stuff. Now they're making it so you can't upgrade some of those weapons and that.
Right.
They're
definitely sunsetting all that.
Sunsetting them. Yeah, they're sunsetting all that stuff. And they've said that some of this content is going to be rotated in and out. It's going to come and go, and it's all old content too. It's all original stuff. So it's like, okay, well, maybe it's time for it to go away. And they're right. They got it. You go to that screen, it's cluttered. It hits you with everything that you can go and you can do. They're trying to streamline things. They're trying to make things better. So, anyways.
So Jeremy corrected you and said,
"Yep,
Destiny
2017."
Yeah. So it's 3 years of content.
Destiny 2 only came out in 2017. It's more than 3 years old.
Alexa,
isn't it?
When did Destiny 2 come out?
Destiny 2 was released on October 24th, 2017, and it is available on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One.
Apologize to Jeremy, Matt.
I apologize to Jeremy. Destiny 1 was came out in 2013.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's I don't know if we've seen this type of vault, and like what you could say with like Fortnite, they've put certain guns in the vault, but that's a free to play game. and they vaulted that. But I'm trying to think of other games in just a 3-year period for content that people have paid up between $95 to $100, if more. That's just poof all of a sudden, going away. Right? I don't know if this sets a precedent. I totally understand it from the dev's point of view. The file size has got to be probably an issue. This is going to trim the fat a lot, performance better. They're probably gearing up to bring it to the next-gen consoles. So a lot of that back-end work to clean stuff up makes it a simpler process. There's got to be some sort of fine print somewhere that doesn't make themselves liable for some sort of class action lawsuit like, hey, I paid for this shit. I was under no assumption that anything I paid for was going to disappear, and poof, now it's all gone.
I don't know. I mean, I think that's kind of pushing it. You're anymore. You buy a license to these things, and you don't. It's just like your music. You can pay for music, and all of a sudden, you can't use it anymore on your MP3 player because it goes away or something like that. Same thing with movies and stuff like that. So it's a new thing. And with this, I don't know. I guess some people might get butthurt over it, but I don't know. It's
I'm sure they weighed the pro and cons of it, right? I haven't heard too much about it, except this when they just released a blog post this week, and I've seen various people weigh in on it on Twitter, so I wanted to bring it up. Let's see. DC FanDome was this weekend. We got 2 items to talk about. There's the RockSteady Suicide Squad trailer that they released. Did you happen to catch?
Yeah, it's got some huge Sunset Overdrive vibe to it.
I was going to say that. I was definitely going to say that it's got a Sunset Overdrive vibe to it. I'm glad you mentioned that. I thought I was crazy. I thought it looked good, but it was just all CG. Like, I saw Nick post this on Twitter today. Like, what have they been doing for 5 years that they couldn't show you gameplay? I mean, it's 5 years since Arkham Knight came out, and maybe they have. They obviously have marketing beats that they got to hit, and this was just the first thing. And maybe in September they show you something else at their other DC FanDome Phase 2 or whatever. But yeah, I was just surprised that it was just all CG, because earlier in the show you got to see Gotham Knight and you got to see lots of extended gameplay there, and that game has not been under development, I don't think, as long as the Suicide Squad. But yeah, I thought it was. I mean, I don't know. I don't know much about Suicide Squad. I'm not a huge comic book guy. I know these characters on the, just loosely casual, right? And I'm not deep in the weeds on this shit. So, but just from a visual perspective, it looked nice, interesting premise. I don't know what the whole Superman thing is there. Is it some sort of bizarro Superman, or I'm not sure.
Yeah, what was that? Yeah.
But it's not out until 2022. It's a true next-gen game, so it's not coming to the other consoles, the current ones. So it's PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X only. Again, 2022. It takes place in the same universe as the Batman Arkham games. It's an open world in Metropolis, and single-player or up to 4 players co-op. Now, this is the game that there's supposed to be rumors of that it's going to be like a games of service like Destiny. And there was no mention of that yesterday. Again, with just a trailer, you really couldn't see if that was going to be the case or not. But, something to keep our eyes out. 2022, a long time to go. So
there's a block and having it'll probably get delayed.
And then they showed Gotham Knights, which I thought really looked good. WB Montreal did Arkham Origins, which is the only one I didn't play. Didn't get favorable reviews, so I never really played that one. I played the others, but this, certainly looked good. Bruce Wayne, Batman, is supposed to be dead. Features Nightwing, Robin, Batgirl, and Red Hood. And the combat's looked like a mix of Spider-Man, the PS4 game, some Assassin's Creed type stuff going on there as well. Really cool to see the Batgirl on the Bat Cycle and how she flew off. I think that was in Arkham Knight as well, if I remember. And I don't know, interesting. Again, this is another game that you can play in co-op with another person, just one co-op. It's no couch co-op. It's online. I don't know enough about the the comic universe here, so I'm not really familiar with the Court of Owls, but it looks cool. Just having some different enemy types besides the usuals, who are going to be in the game as well, because they did show you some extended gameplay from Mr. Freeze and stuff. But
it looks good.
Yeah, I'm excited for this, and this game is coming to all the consoles. So did they build this for the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, and then are going to port it down? Or are they building this for the PS4, Xbox One, and then porting it up? Sometimes, depending on which way they're going with the port, it can make a difference. But this one is not coming out until next year, 2021. So we'll see what goes on. But I don't know much about the Red Hood. I think he was in Arkham Knight a little bit. Maybe is that where I'm thinking he's
I never
from?
heard of him.
He's one of the other Robins that became someone else. So it wasn't it was a Nightwing like the original Robin, and then he became Nightwing. I think the same thing with Red Hood. But yeah, I mean, I really like those Arkham series games. I think they're well made. I think WB games usually do good stuff. I mean, they put out the Mortal Kombat games, the Shadow of Mordor games have always done really well. So you get a pretty good quality product with what they put out. So I'm looking forward to them, and it's been a while, 5 years since we've had a proper Batman game, and then we'll see if he's actually dead or not. They tell you at the beginning Bruce Wayne is dead. They don't tell you Batman's dead.
Yeah, he dead.
So you think he comes back? I don't know.
Yeah, shit. Yeah,
They gonna have a Batman game without Batman?
No.
Can you have a Batman game without Batman?
I'm sure you could, name it, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying, Maverick. I don't know. As of right now, on paper, it sounds like it's a Batman game without Batman. So it's just those four characters. And did you watch the Batman trailer for the Batman movie? Did you happen to watch that at all?
I did not.
They released that right at the end of the 8 hours of the FanDome yesterday. It was the last thing they showed. You should check that out when you see that.
Yeah. I've always been a fan of the Batman movies.
He's beating the piss out of this one guy, and there's I think they said something like, one of the guys said, who the hell are you supposed to be? And he's just fucking crushing this dude, beating him. And he's like, I'm vengeance. He starts tooling on this guy. Oh my God.
Damn.
And they showed the trailer for Wonder Woman as well. Both of those movies are theaters only. There's no plans to bring those to streaming services right away. They've made a point after each one in theaters only.
There's a movie trailer I just saw this afternoon. Some new movie coming out. Ah, shit. Can't remember, but it was in movie theaters only. In movie theaters only. And then in parentheses says, well, the ones that are open.
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to people talk about DC FanDome yesterday and movies and big blockbusters. And they're saying, big blockbusters are only going to be made if people are willing to go and spend that big blockbuster type money at the movie theaters. Otherwise, you're going to get smaller budget type movies like American fucking Pickle. Have you seen American Pickle yet?
No. I don't think I want to see American Pickle.
What's that guy's name? He was the cop in what's that movie? The kid with the Hawaii license plate?
Not Pineapple Express. The hell was that called?
Yeah.
McLovin. That's what.
Yeah, that's not the name of the movie, but anyways. But the cop, what's that guy's name? He's in a whole bunch of movies. Super bad. What's that guy's name?
Superbad.
Anyways, the cop he plays all the characters or most of the characters in American Pickle. It's about this guy from Poland who migrates to New York, and he gets stuck in like a pickle vat for like 100 years. And he comes out, and like, you know, obviously his wife's dead and his kids are dead. So it's just his like kids that are alive, just one other guy who's played by the same character, and Seth Rogen. Thank you, Seth Rogen. Yeah. It's on I think it's on Netflix or something like that.
All right.
If you got 90 minutes to fucking waste, it's okay.
What's it called?
I think it's called American Pickle. I'm pretty sure it's called American Pickle.
Oh, yeah, I've seen previews for this. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I've seen the previews for it, so I'll have to. Yeah.
And RoboPig, Dave was telling me earlier this week he was watching. Dave, help me out with the name here of the High Score or something like that. That's on Netflix now. It talks about like it's a mini series that takes you through the history of gaming. I've watched the first couple episodes so far. High Score, yeah, that's on Netflix now. I think for like a limited time, so it takes you, through the history of gaming. So if you're interested in that, check that one out.
Perfect.
Moving on, Matt. 2 stories left. If you can control your excitement, please.
I'm trying to.
Free co-op content for Ghost of Tsushima, otherwise known as Ghost of Salami, here on the Batman Arkham. Yes. But check this out, Matt. And, you know, a lot of these co-op games, or I should say none of them so far have said, like, hey, your friend buys the game, you can play too. So it sounds like everybody's got to buy these co-op games. And that's the same thing here with Ghost of Tsushima. They're releasing a 2 to 4 player experience for free called Ghost of Tsushima Legends. Now, you have to own the game to play this. It's an online experience. It suits 2 to 4 players. You won't play as any of the characters in the game, the base game. You're going to play classes, the hunter, ronin, assassin, or samurai. And depending on your party size, your experience will differ. So if you're playing with 2 players, you can participate in story-style tasks or of escalating difficulty. 4 players can take on wave-based survival quests, including challenging encounters. There's going to be some demons and magic powers that 4 players will experience. And they're also going to be releasing a raid experience at some point for 4 players. This will take you into a new realm to fight brutal new enemies. So that's coming out this fall. No one knew that was going to happen. That's
interesting.
Free content for owners of the game. Now, I don't know if you can buy this. Like, let's say you had no interest of playing Ghost of Tsushima because it's a single-player game and you don't play single-player games, but hey, I'd be really interested in playing this with my buddies. Can I buy this as a standalone? I don't know if that's happening or not.
Kind of like, what was that prison game we played where only one person had to buy it?
A Way Out?
A Way Out, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I bought that right around the time I bought PUBG. Who did I buy PUBG for? You or Matt? Oh, Jerry.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, me.
Those were the days, kids.
Those were the days when Mike would buy me games.
Yeah. Now I'm just fucking belaboring you with my stories of COVID and household follies. The last news story, Matt, is the new Xbox experience. Let's bring this up on the big screen so people at home can play along with us.
It's interesting.
It is.
They're going for consistency here.
Yeah, so they're going to try to roll this out all across all your devices. So your console, your computer, and your phone. Okay, the big things that I was pulling out of this, besides the look and feel is whatever, right? I mean, I'm not in love with the look. I don't hate it either. As long as the fucking thing works is like the big thing, right? And that's been the case with both systems, is that their UI gets more and more sluggish on every console as it gets later on in the life cycle, right? So this thing here, they're saying is the home screen will load 50% faster when you boot up your Xbox, almost 30% faster to load when you're returning from a game. Furthermore, the improvements use 40% less memory than what was previously required. So on paper, that all sounds great to me. One thing, doesn't it? I know we're in an age now where like information is just like people demand. They get bored after like 5 minutes if nothing new comes across their plate. But wasn't there some sort of like mystery when you used to boot up a console for the first time and see the interface for the first time? Just that was like the whole package that you took in and enjoyed. Like let's see how this looks and how that's going to act and how do I get to my games. It was almost like unwrapping like a Christmas present. Now you're going to know all this shit beforehand. And boom, you're going to be in a game in like under a minute, and you're not going to be able to just goof around a little bit and play with the UI and see where shit is. So it takes a little bit of that mystery out, I think.
I agree. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What was your feeling on the look of it? Seems clean.
It seems clean. Like you said, the proof is going to be when you're actually playing it, how snappy it is. Is it going to be quick? Is it going to be fast? And it's going to be pretty intuitive, easy to use.
Right.
There's also that thing of making things too convoluted, where it's like, okay, where do I go do this? Where do I go here? I want my games right there, so I can see, play them all at once.
One thing they've also mentioned is they're going to have when you take screenshots, there's like a share button. I think if you look at the controller, it's got two buttons that we're used to now, and there's a third one down below, like where the Xbox logo is above it, and that's where like you do some screen captures or whatever. It's going to come right to the app on your phone. So I think in theory what's going to happen there is that you're going to be able to not pull up like a virtual keypad like you would in like you do in PlayStation 4 right now, and it takes you out of the game. Instead, it's going to save the image for later to your app, and then once you're done playing your game, then you can go to the pictures in your app and then share them from.
Oh, that'd be nice. That will make it easier. Yeah, have to easily get on your phone, type in hashtags and all that shit and everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. Mm-hmm.
I don't mind the whole PlayStation thing. I think it's very simple. Yeah, it stops you from the game, but isn't that what you're trying to do anyways, is pause the game and share something in that moment? So I don't know why people freak out about that. Like, oh, it's, took me out of the game and then this menu came up. Well, you can stop that. You can say, all right, if I just tap it, it will take a picture and I can go back later. If you hold it down, then it's going to bring up the menu where you go in. It sounds nice on paper to take the screenshot and then go to your phone later. But you know what happens later? I'm taking a shit. I'm tired. I've had too many gummies. Someone in the house needs my attention. And I totally forget that I ever took a fucking screenshot, right? And it's like 5 days later. Oh, yeah, I got this picture. Let me send it out,
Yep.
So, where's your meter, Matt? Are you pumped up about these next-gen consoles or no? Too much time between now and then?
I'm curious about it. I'm me. I want to know how much money.
Yeah.
What these things are going to cost me.
And are you penciled in for one?
I'll get one.
Yeah, you're penciled in at a minimum for one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hoodie Ninja says, will the share button default to Facebook gaming? That's the real question. That's an interesting debate. I did not add that to the show notes this week, Jeremy. You have to let us know how you feel. Oculus this week came out and said that at some point in the future, the Oculus current passwords and usernames are going away, and you'll have to have a Facebook account to use your Oculus. When Mixer went away, they said they had a partnership with Facebook Gaming, so if you were a partner on Mixer, you could become a partner on Facebook Gaming. People insinuated, like, is Microsoft getting in bed with Facebook? Because Phil Spencer came out and said, I want these billions of users to use Project X Cloud. So a lot of people made the jump, hey, there's going to be some integration on the next console with Facebook. So yeah, press that share button to immediately start streaming on Facebook Gaming. I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. How do you feel about that, Matt? If all of a sudden Xbox did away with their username and password system and said you have to have a Facebook account to use Xbox Live, or you have to have a Facebook account to use PlayStation Now?
I don't see that happening, especially with Xbox. There's too many people that get their gamer tags invested and stuff into that.
I know. But for sakes, let's just play along. Play along with me.
I would not like that.
No.
I would not like that. No.
I know. I know. I saw Jeremy said, "Well, just create a, like a generic Facebook account." And I'm not up on my Facebook, so Jeremy, I don't know if this is true or not. I saw people reply back to you saying, "Well, Facebook will come after you after a certain time if you have an inactive account, or if it's not really who you are. They'll ask for certain information." I have no idea if that's true or not. I've only always had a Facebook account that's actually for me. I've never had like a burner account, as the kids would say, like an account where you can go out and troll people or whatever. I've never had anything like that. So, yeah, it's interesting. Can you make fake accounts to use shit on Oculus? I don't know. Your account isn't inactive if you're using it for Oculus. Okay, that's true. But let's say I put myself in as Bruce Wayne, right? And I'm not really who I am. Are they going to come after me at some point to prove that I'm Bruce Wayne? And obviously, I wouldn't pick a fictitious celebrity, but let's just say I pick some name. Do they come knocking on my door and saying, "Hey, you got to prove who you are"? I don't know. Let's get into what we have been playing, Matt. I saw you on Destiny 2 last night.
Yeah, myself and the Mafias were playing. Another guy, some guy named Assassin, was in there with us. We had a good time last night playing. We played some Gambit. We played some Crucible.
Every time you play with Assassin, you're like, who the fuck is this guy?
I know. I am. I was like, God damn it. I was like, son of a bitch. I feel so bad, too. Last Wednesday night for game night, when you was having your internet issues, we got in a little group here, played some Jeremy, Chase, and myself, did some Destiny, and Jay was in chat with us, but he's playing that Troy War Saga game, whatever the hell that is, that I downloaded. Yeah. So we had a nice little night there, just chit-chatting and stuff like that and playing some games. Mm-hmm. What else did I play this past week? Some more Fall Guys. Some more of that. You and I played some of that. I tell you what, man.
You have a win yet?
Rough. No, fuck no, dude. No. Hell no.
Does anybody in the house have a win yet?
I think Christopher might.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
My kids have wins, but I can't fucking win. I felt so bad last night. My son got robbed. He was the last one, Fall Mountain, and he was in first place. He got to the crown first, and he went to grab for it. And the guy behind him, the only explanation we can think, either the game glitched, is he hit the R2 button quicker and leaped. But the what you saw on screen was my son grabbing it, but it came up eliminated, and they gave it to the guy behind him. So I think it's got some, it's got some shit that they got to work out bugs. That didn't seem like a real win on the up and up there. And I've also seen, how when you go around and do the tail grab, I've seen some people grab the tail that aren't like real close to you, and I don't know how they're doing that.
Yeah, well, I've seen some people watching people stream it, cheating on PC. Some cheaters,
I've seen that too. Yeah,
speed runners and people that can fly through the air and shit like that. So.
Jeremy says his 11-year-old daughter has 6 wins.
Good for her.
Yeah. I can barely get by the first fucking...
There's many times where I'm happy I can get past the first round. It's like, hey!
Yeah. I'm looking forward to when that game comes out with custom matches and things like that, where we can have a game night where just get 12 of us in and compete. You know, I think that's really when the game's going to shine with streamers too. Like imagine like Dr. Lupo or whoever saying, "Yeah, here's the code for the game. First 59 people in get to play with me." Of course, 59 people will be trying to like stream snipe them. But I think in PC they don't put your name on it, right? Everything's like a number.
Yeah, it's Fall Guy and a number because someone hacked into the system and knew how to change that name into like huge long URLs and stuff like that. They go, oh, come on. So they had to disable that.
Yeah, I'm sure those guys get griefed all the time in that game. People trying to pull them off, knock them off. So you've been playing that.
Yep. And then new on Game Pass this past week is the new Flight Simulator.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Yeah, so I downloaded that. Big download, 90-some gigabyte.
127 gigabytes.
Total, I think something like that.
I just looked at it on my PC, 127.
Yeah, you can download it, and then it goes up and says, oh, by the way, there's a 90 gigabyte update. It's like, well, son of a bitch, man. So, so anyways, fired it up. That game, very real, serious simulation game right there. And I've gone through and I've set a lot of assistant stuff on to make it a little bit easier to fly and do shit and that.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool because, I flew out of Cincinnati Airport, CBG, and flew down along the river and that and, over my house and stuff and around the neighborhood. And then I kept flying east to where our property is. And I'm not sure what happened, of course, because, I don't fly planes in real life. But all of a sudden,
thank God,
the engine died. The engine died.
Did it crash on your property?
It stalled. No, I about 15 miles before our property. But the engine died. All of a sudden, I was like, "What the hell?" And then how do I start the engine? What's going on here? And I glided it down to an open field and was able to land. But then it comes up and says, "All right, start your engine. Control E." So I'm doing Control E and it would start up, and then it died again. So I don't know what happened. Okay. Now, there is, like on the instruments, there was like this little RPM thing down there. And that RPM when I was flying was like, it was fucking pegged the whole way. And I didn't know how.
It burnt out your engine?
I think I must have blown the engine or something. The engine must have blown or something. I have no idea. But that's the problem. It doesn't like tell you what happened.
Fucker, it gets me all nervous.
Like you can turn on, or if you crash, that's it. It comes up and says, you caused too much stress on the airplane. Game over. Or you caused critical damage to the airplane, and that's all it tells you.
Yeah.
But this mode here, when you turn on where it gives you a little more forgiving as far as crashes and that go, it doesn't tell you what you did or what happened. It just crashes. Mm-hmm. Like mine, the engine died. So I'm guessing I blew the engine. I don't know.
So does it feel like a game to you? It's getting tremendous reviews, and bravo to Microsoft for finally putting out a game that's like blowing people's doors off. But does it feel like a game to you when you play it? Or you feel like you're in a video game, or you feel like you're in like a simulation?
Yeah, a little bit of both, because there are objectives. There are objectives that you can do. Yeah, so there was like stuff where you got to set a route, and you got to fly this course and stuff like that. And like I said, the game can be as easy or as hard as you want it to be. There's where you got to, when you're leaving like certain airspace, you got to change your frequency on your radio to get into the other airspace and shit like that. You got to do this and that. And I got all that set to like, it's just going to fucking automatic do all that shit for me. Okay. But there's like landing and takeoff scenarios and stuff. There's flying through weather and that, and it's all live time. Okay, so like if you're going to fly from New York to California, it's going to take you 4 fucking hours.
Really?
Or however long that flight. Yeah, it's not like it's sped up or anything like that. It's like real. It's real time.
So tell me about. Chase wants to know how many airports are in the game. Is the game set up so it's just United States?
No, it's all over.
And so it has any like when you boot up the game, can you say like I want to fly out of Dubai?
I believe so, yeah. Because I know when I'm flying the other day across where I live in that, all the smaller airports came up. Like our small little Brown County airport came up, our Claremont County airport came up. There's this field, it's called Solomon Field out in Adams County where the farm is, and that was there and all that. That's just a grass runway, but it showed up. So yeah, all the airports are in that game, and I'm pretty sure. I've only been messing around with the United States, but I'm pretty sure you can go anywhere and fly from anywhere.
I've seen,
and it's all.
Go ahead.
It's all based on Microsoft Bing Maps, right. Which unfortunately they're, at least around here, they're a little outdated. They're not as up to date as Google Maps. So there's a couple of things that are a little bit, old. But
so when you fly over your house, does it look like your house?
Yeah, it looks like the satellite image from our house, and then they do that 3D model thing of your house and like the trees around it. That's what it looks like. Yeah,
are you outside with like no clothes on, mowing your lawn and with the beer helmet?
I wish.
Yeah, hell of a thing.
Yeah, it would be. That'd be awesome.
So you think it's not like just easy to pick up and play though.
There are training modules and training missions and stuff like that, but it's a very, like, I don't know if there's anything there that would have told me why or how to adjust the RPM on my plane, so I wouldn't blow the engine, because I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Well, either that or the Dell gave out. How's the Dell running with it?
Great.
Yeah.
Great. I got it on medium settings. Obviously I can't do ultra,
right? Even
just because the graphics card I have, but I did, put on medium settings, and that's great.
Now let's say let's say someone that like potentially gets like seasick in the shower. What is the would you give it a vomit rating? Does someone need a brown paper bag next to them, close to the bathroom, have the doors open?
I would say, Mike, if you're going to be in cockpit view, okay, where you're actually in a cockpit, it's a lot more, herky, especially, if you're not used to flying in that. But there you get like a third person view, okay, where you can just like Grand Theft Auto, where you can see the plane from behind, and that's the mode I did because it's easier, I think, to control the plane that way. Obviously, it's not realistic, but it's easier and it's not as motion sickness that way.
Now, how many planes are available at your disposal?
There was a lot there. They had lots of small planes, like lots of little Cessnas and Learjets and shit like that. But there's a couple of big jets, big airplanes, passenger planes and cargo planes available too. I'd have to look for sure and see what's there, because I would like to fly one of them next and see what happens.
That's what I'm getting at. Like you said, there's objectives. So you complete the objectives. Does that mean you unlock a plane? Like do planes get unlocked? Are they locked or no?
There's a bunch of planes when you first boot up. If you go into free play or whatever you want to call it, where you can just pick an airport to leave from, and there's a whole slew of planes that you can choose from. And I haven't done any of the objectives, okay, so I couldn't answer that as far as if it unlocks more stuff or not. But your first set of planes, that there's anything from a small little like biplane up to a huge fucking jet, so there's a pretty good variety of planes right now in it. And there's this thing called a marketplace. There's other stuff where you can buy more planes or buy jets, or maybe there's community created content stuff, that you can download probably.
Does it have a battle pass, Matt?
It doesn't have a battle pass, no. But there are microtransactions. You can buy shit.
Yeah, I saw casually. I saw someone or a group of people, like they were like three guys. I don't know where I saw this on Twitter or whatever, but they were like captains of the plane and shit, and they were all dressed up in cosplay, and they were in the same room together, like doing the whole thing. Like, did you watch that at all?
I know what you're talking about. They're doing. They were flying. They were doing a real time flight from London to New York or something like that. Yeah, maybe it was that. And but it was a real time
stream.
Yeah, yeah, because it was all real time. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah,
but I mean,
that's what they're probably aiming for.
You could set it on to where you got to worry about your fuel, or you don't have to worry about your fuel. You got to set it. I mean, there's just your trim. I mean, there's so many. Like I said, I don't know how to fly a fucking plane. Half this shit. You can go in there, you just start pressing buttons, and I think every button on your keyboard does a goddamn thing or something like that. Or you can use your mouse and click shit on when you're in the cockpit area. So
there's the cat.
There is the cat. I had to catch up.
I saw some people the first day that it came out were all landing at Jeremy Epstein's island. Did you see that?
No.
They had a bunch of planes landing there at the island.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Anything else you've been playing?
That's that's it. That's it. I might pick up the new Madden here coming up.
I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute here.
Sweet.
So yeah, I've been playing more of Ghost of Tsushima, making progress. I got to a pivotal point in the story, so just need to wrap up a few things on this current island that I'm on, and then I think I go to the next island. I think it's a pretty long game, so I'm getting a lot of time and value from it. Other than that, Fall Guys, fuck that game. And no Animal Crossing this week. I just haven't been in the mood. I told you I watched, American Pickle and High Score, so I just haven't been doing a lot of gaming this week per se. But I did download the Madden on EA Play on Xbox.
Nice.
And to me, it looks, obviously the UI is different, but just when you get into the game, same fucking thing, man. I'm playing the friggin' game, and it looks like a catch, and they're saying incomplete. A guy gets tackled, but like, how like you he got like tackled, but he didn't get knocked down. Like he got like bumped, and they're saying it was a tackle, but my guy was like still standing up. I was like, why am I not allowed to like run forward? Just a lot of that shit that we pointed out when we were playing multiplayer was like still going on. I'm like, what the hell is happening? It didn't feel that different to me. There's some things that are different. I immediately booted up the backyard play, whatever they're calling it, the yard. That's like 6-on-6. And you don't play in stadiums. You play in, a sort of like Lambeau Field. You play like in an outside tailgating parking lot. So that's interesting to have a quick 6-on-6, not real uniforms. It seems like that's where you can develop a character. When you first boot up the game, it asks you to like create a character, and you can play in the yard. But,
do they still do that shit when you first open up the game? You gotta go through like a little fucking scenario and all that shit.
No, but there's a lot of tutorials, a lot of menus. No scenario, nothing like that. No. So I did play the Patriots against the Buccaneers at Foxborough. And I was a little disappointed that they didn't make a big deal like, holy shit, here's Tom Brady coming to play Foxborough for the first time. Now, maybe that's built in when you're doing some sort of franchise mode or something like that. But just in an exhibition, they didn't make any big deal about Gronk or Brady being on the Bucs and playing the Patriots. So maybe that's in an update to come. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because you're right. Because they do. We talked about that last year when we played a couple times. The commentary is more dynamic, and it's like it updates all the time because they'll say about something that's happened or whatever. And
so maybe that's coming. Cam Newton was the starter for the Patriots, so that was interesting.
Nice.
Just overall, it felt like more of the same. It didn't feel like a drastic jump.
It's a roster update like normal with that game.
Yeah, so let me know when you download it. Get Joe Burrow against Cam Newton. We'll see what happens.
I got my new Joe Burrow jersey.
I would have bet anything you had that on tonight.
Oh, man, shit. Yep,
I would have bet anything. I saw that on Twitter. I was like, I bet you he's got that on tonight.
I didn't even think about that. God damn it.
Yeah. Oh, how you holding up, Matt? No, Eric here. You can't take a piss break. Your bladder killing you?
I'm okay. I'm surprised I don't. But yeah, normally is when I take my piss break when Eric's going through his week.
Right.
God, This past week we had a meeting at work. Sorry, real quick. We had a 2-hour meeting at work, and finally I had to get up. Because I had to piss bad. And I made sure I was all fucking muted and stuff, where they wouldn't hear me pissing and toilet flushing and all that stuff.
Paranoid, right?
Oh my god, I am. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I used to sometime with the Zoom meetings, like before maybe I was Zoom savvy, like it would tell you like, do you want to join the video or don't join? Or maybe I had a checkbox that said like always put me into video and didn't give me a selection. I used to put my thumb over the fucking video until I was ready. And one of my coworkers was like, what the fuck's that on your camera? I was like, it's my goddamn thumb. I'm making sure I'm ready. Exactly. Fucking question what I'm doing. Who the fuck are you? Yeah.
See, Microsoft Teams, if there's more than like 5 people already in the meeting, it automatically turns your camera off and it automatically mutes your microphone.
Sweet.
So you don't come in like a numb nuts and
Zoom is the same way now. It brings up a menu and it asks you if you want to continue with video or no video. I downloaded Battletoads real quick before we started tonight.
Oh yeah,
because that's free on Game Pass. I was playing that on PC. Seemed like an okay, like sideways scroller, button masher.
Mm-hmm.
I know nothing about Battletoads, so my very first foray into the world of Battletoads. Yeah. Other than that, I did play a little bit more of the Marvel beta, the Avengers beta. But, I'm a little stuck on the UI and like where to go now, and I'm trying to continue the campaign, but it seemed like a lot of like multiplayer missions, like strikes and stuff. So I didn't know where to jump in. I didn't know if there was more campaign content, but I really like playing as Ms. Marvel, the chick, the girl.
Okay.
Like with like elastic band type arms and shit like that. She does this like big thunderclap. I do enjoy playing as her. You didn't download it. You or the kids didn't download that at all, did they? For the open beta?
I'm surprised that Noah or Chris didn't say anything about that game.
Yeah, open beta this weekend. You didn't need a beta. Pay for it or pre-order.
Yeah, really.
Let's see. We have one voicemail this week, Matt. You want to give out the number before we hit it?
Yes, I do. It is 508-659-BFFS, 508-659-2337. Tell them Matt sent you.
Yes. So we have one voicemail this week.
What's going on, guys? Tom F checking in. Yeehaw, yeehaw, let's have a party. Hey, let's have a party. La, la, la. Hey, how about that Fall Guys game? That's pretty cool, huh? Simplistic game, yet lots of fun. Only on the PlayStation and the PC, though, huh? They left us Xbox people in the dirt. That's not very cool, is it now? Heck,
why are you talking like this?
Anyway, I am enjoying the game. I've got to level 3, or, the third thing there, but I have yet to bring the crayon home, but I'm trying my darndest. Yeah, party time, party time. Whoop, 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 whoop. Anyway, let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, how about a cheer for those Yankees? 1, 2, 3, hip, hip, Yankees. 1, 2, 3, hip, hip, Yankees. Yo, Yankees. Yeah. Anyway, sorry I didn't call in last week, guys. I was a little off the wall there and stuff, but checking in this week, so, yep, here I am. Dub F, that's who I am. Dub F, all the way, yeah, man. Anyway, guys, great show. Have a great week. Keeping the call nice and short, simple and sweet. Away we go. Arrivederci, y'all. Have a good day.
That did not sound like him.
It was definitely him, though.
He was talking like this, so like he...
Like he was blending between like a farmer hick type person and like Howard Stern impersonating Whoopi Goldberg or the guy from what was that show? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. He was teetering there.
I'm not sure he knew where he wanted to be.
You're right. Interesting. I've seen a lot of people complain about Fall Guys not being on the Xbox.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. They all got these systems got exclusive deals, games that maybe come to ID at Xbox that don't come to PlayStation. Maybe Microsoft had no idea the Fall Guys was going to be this big and didn't put in an offer, and PlayStation was the only people that sort of stepped up to Devolver and said, "Hey, we'll be the home." I don't think anybody. This game wasn't on like everybody's radar. I mean, a lot of people knew about it because it was getting some publicity, but there wasn't a huge build-up to it, like a Cyberpunk or something like that. And like, oh my god, I can't believe this isn't going to be on Xbox. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I don't know if you really can fault Microsoft for not going out and getting this game on their system. Probably wasn't even an option for them. This developer might have just said, no, we're just going to bring it to PC and PlayStation. Maybe PlayStation gave them a lot of money to make it a free game like they did with Rocket League. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see, Matt. Did you select a terrible topic for the week?
Well, I've got 3.
Okay. Well, let's play the jingle first then, all right? We'll get to it.
Might be women of the night walking around, broadcasting out their anuses. I'm like 70s Harry.
Oh, nice.
Oh, look at that. Burn it up. I'm right down to the fucking fan. Adult toys, sex crime or sexual assault, vaginas. Jesus fucking Christ.
All right, who's got the GPS on the rub and tug?
All right, Mike.
All right, what
we got 3 stories here. Huh?
What are my choices?
Here's your choices here, buddy. We've got father-daughter, honey buns, swinging. Father-daughter.
Is there a difference here between the 3?
Honey buns and swinging. I wish Jay was here for the honey buns.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. We got to go with honey bun. What was it? Honey bun and peanut butter? Is that what his meal was?
Yeah, honey buns and peanut butter. Yeah,
and washed it down with Mountain Dew, right?
Yeah, I tell you what, breakfast of champions, right there, buddy. Breakfast of champions.
Fucking wide awake by 7 a.m. Fucking in a food coma by 10:30.
No shit. All right, this is from Little Rock, Arkansas. Says here
that's where the last caller was from.
2 arrested in connection with honey bun robberies in multiple Arkansas cities. Conway police arrested 2 people in connection to multiple robberies. The department reported on Thursday. Detectives were investigating 3 related robberies that have happened over the past couple of weeks. In all 3 robberies, a man would go into the store and pretend to purchase a honey bun. When the clerk rang up the purchase and opened the drawer, the man would grab the money and leave, according to police. On Thursday morning, Morrilton police notified Conway detectives that the same type of robbery happened in Morrilton. Conway detectives reportedly waited near Interstate 40 until they spotted the suspect vehicle. They followed the suspects into North Little Rock, where Arkansas State Police made a traffic stop. Conway police arrested Mark Percy, 49, and Robin Richardson, 48, who is believed to have been a getaway driver in the robberies. Both Percy and Richardson were being held in Conway County Jail. The 2 suspects are now suspected in similar robberies in Conway, Morton, Whitehall, Lanoke, and a couple of other cities, according to police. So this guy had a little MO of getting a honey bun, wanting to pay for it, and as the clerk opened the money, he goes, mine, yoink, grab all the money and his honey bun.
Good television for me. Like it doesn't get much better than the first 48. You ever watch that show on A&E? I fucking love that.
That's a great show.
And I had a bad week this week. I just, I don't know whatever mental illness I have, Matt, whether it's depression, anxiety, or whatever. Just was not feeling 100% myself. I didn't want to game. I didn't want to do much of anything after work. The wife and kids were not home. So I just fucking did easy Bricko. I did, the first 48 marathon. Like I did, I don't know, I watched 5 or 6 episodes in a row. Finally, till new episodes came on, at 10 o'clock. It's interesting how some people can commit the same type of crimes. It felt like, but in some places, depending on the district attorney and what they cop to, at the final screen, I felt like some guy killed someone and got 30 years. And then, someone killed someone and said he's, going away for the rest of his life.
Huh. When it's the degree of murder or something, murder first degree or second degree or what, premeditated, all that, how that, plays into.
I was watching this one where these real 17 and 19-year-olds just really doing thought they were tougher than nails and just doing stupid shit, and they shot into a crowd, and some innocent bystander jumped in front of some other woman to protect her, and he got killed, and he had nothing to do with
jeez.
He had nothing to do with the argument or what was going on.
Oh,
and
no.
These kids went on the run for a long time, and this girl was thought she was tough as nails, and she got 25 years. She wasn't the one who pulled the trigger. She was just an accessory. She got 25 years for a 19-year-old girl. Hell of a thing, man.
Damn. Wow.
17-year-old who actually shot got life.
Damn.
Yeah. Sobering. But I can't get enough of the fucking show. I don't know.
It's a great show. There's a lot of them from in Cincinnati and stuff too.
Yeah.
But
they're usually
in show.
Oklahoma and
a lot of Midwest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a neat show. The whole from beginning to end, how that whole comes around in that.
Yeah. Let's see here. We did our voicemails. We did our terrible topics. So that means I guess we got to wrap her up.
Alrighty.
It's been 95 minutes, but it felt like it went by very, very quick.
Yeah, it does.
Eric was missed tonight. I'm not sure where he's at. He hasn't even replied to my text. My wife does. My wife says that she wants to upload the video of the of me going around the machine and talking about it onto YouTube, because I guess Facebook Marketplace you only can do pictures. So I'd have to upload it to YouTube and then link to it in the description.
We're gonna make this go viral.
Might have to do another take. Anyway.
I want to see this one first before you do another take. Come on, we gotta see this shit.
Fucking Christ. Give you a sneak peek of this shit. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Video here of what I have for sale on Facebook.
All right.
A little teaser trailer right there. Can't wait. Can't wait.
All right, Matt. Enough of this. You know, I know the slippers are coming out of the fucking toaster.
Yeah, I think the microwave. I hear the microwave going off upstairs right now. Right. Thanks everyone in chat for showing up. Always a good time watching you guys here, watching us. So it's really cool. I love it. I like doing this whole live stream type of thing here. It's awesome. Mike, thank you very much. Hopefully your next week goes better. It's amazing, everything going on. And Eric, I hope Eric is okay and alive and well. I'm sure Eric is just, he's undercover or something right now, probably is what's going on. Probably something really cool that he wishes he could tell us, but he can't.
Maybe he's starring in the Republican National Convention tonight. He's just disposed.
Maybe. Does that start tonight?
I don't know.
Oh,
it sounded good.
Yeah. He's there getting things cleared out and ready to go. That's what he's doing.
Yeah. He's setting the perimeter,
Exactly. Yeah. All by himself.
He's going to be on every night, Eric. Shitlord's going to be on every night at 10 p.m.
Yeah, what the fuck? Every night. That just tells you how much of a loser weirdo he is, man. And most of the people talking is like people in his fucking family. And they got them fucking and they got them fucking goons from St. Louis are going to be talking. The ones that have their guns out during those protests and all that shit.
You gun people, Matt. Your kind of folk.
That's my kind of folk. You're right, though. They're my kind of folk. Yeah, because I'm out there swinging my gun around all over the place, like fucking Yosemite Sam here
with your honey buns.
With my honey buns.
Exactly.
Yeah, fucking Yosemite Sam. Jesus Christ!
It's going to be sausage season here soon.
Yes, it is.
All right. Are you done, Matt? I don't want to cut you off there. Are you done?
I am done.
All right. So, yes, again, shout out to Los if he's still with us in chat. Hope everything goes well tomorrow. be thinking of you, buddy. But
Yeah.
yes, everybody else in chat, Chase, Jeremy, Good for Gaming, anybody out there who's into Extra Life, look up Good for Gaming. They got a team that they do every year. They raise lots of money for kids, children's hospitals, things of that nature. So we're going to have Dave on co-hosting one of these Sunday nights as we get into the Extra Life season. So not only can he hang around and goof off with us, but he can talk about some Extra Life along the way too. Maverick, Bricko, I'm missing anybody here. Hey, we had Brad was in here, right? That Schoolcraft was in here. I missed that.
Brad was here. Yeah. Maverick.
Yep, I said Maverick.
Hoodie Ninja, Jeremy. Yep. Good for Gaming.
So so thanks everybody for hanging out. We appreciate it. Fuck, man, it's almost September. Hard to believe. But yeah, time is just fucking rolling on. But this has been 128. We'll be back next week, hopefully with Eric for 129. Until then, we'll talk to you guys next week.
The advanced spark plug actually is not that difficult.
You were missed tonight. I hope all is well.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, everybody. See you later.
Night, folks.